welcome to NHL Nightly with your host, Jeremiah Maxwell, aka the Sports Beard, along with Pearl of Wisdom, the NHL handicapper extraordinaire, and Rico Inberry, goal-scoring prop dynamo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I wanted to just give a little bit of my thoughts on Alexander Ovechkin breaking the goal-scoring record. Everybody knows that I am a de facto Washington Capitals fan. Even though you cover the league and you root for all 32 teams, you want the best stories. We got a great one this week with Ovi breaking the goal-scoring record, all-time regular season goal-scoring record of the NHL that held for 31 years by Wayne Gretzky. I don't think it's arguable the greatest player of all time. If you took all of Gretzky's goals away, he still has more points than anybody. Pretty impressive stuff. It was emotional Friday night when he tied it. I thought it was really class that he gave up I don't think anybody would have begrudged him the hat trick goal if it was an empty net goal. No one was making Chicago pull their goalie when they were down a goal or two. But it was cool to see Ryan Leonard get his first career goal that way, and Ovi just saying, no, I want to get it the other way. I thought it was apropos that he beats a goalie he hasn't beaten before. Granted, he'd only played Sorokin 3 other times in his career and had only 4 shots on goal. It was incredible. Everybody that was there, it seemed like it was awesome. I talked a little bit to my friend Kim Moya, aka Isles Girl 3. She's a big time Islanders fan. She was at the game. I give a lot of props to the Islanders fans who stayed and kept their tickets and went to the game. I would have wanted to do that. I thought, I think a lot of people were like, oh, it'd have been so cool if he broke it Thursday. Now, this record needed to fall, and it needed to fall quick. Everybody knows he would have passed this years ago, if not for lockouts, pandemics. Of course, he breaks his leg in the final year. And that was kind of the moment where I was like, oh, he's probably not going to do it this year. But he came back, and last year, once he got his stick issues fixed, it just felt like it was amazing. And he was going to do it. He was going to break the record. So I didn't want to do any can thing or I streamed Friday night. We had I think we had almost 400 people for the Caps Chicago Blackhawks game. And I didn't like their game. I think their game I wasn't that disappointed in how they played against the Islanders. I thought they had a couple bad bounces just kind of go their way. The puck just found the sticks of the Islanders, which is good. The Islanders players were moving their feet and they did what they were supposed to do to win, keep their playoff hopes alive. But it was and there's so many cool tributes on YouTube, everything, just Ovi breaking goals and just killing it. It was a really, really great time. I'm super satisfied to have gotten to stream Friday night. And then I just sat on the couch Sunday with my wife and enjoyed the game. As much as you could enjoy a 4-1 loss, obviously. But for him to get the goal the way he did, the pass wasn't great. It's behind him. I thought it was apropos that it was Strome and Wilson. They're kind of the bridge, the gap to this new generation of Caps fans. They're younger. Wilson was obviously on the Cup team, but Strome wasn't. And we've got a lot of young guys coming. Cristall, Hudson, obviously Ryan Leonard's on the team now. So there's sort of a torch being passed. I think most NHL fans wonder how long Ovi could go. I think he could play a couple more years, but I believe next year will be his last year. I think he's going to finish out his contract, and I think they should do the same thing they did for all the elites and waive it. Waive the right to get him in the Hockey Hall of Fame. Waive the 3-year wait. He should be him and Crosby should go in the same class. Now, I believe Crosby, has probably got 3 years left on his extension here. So he'll probably play out till he's 40, which he clearly can still play, being a point a game player. I think, honestly, if Sid can score like 100 a season, he's going to get very close to 2,000. And I think a lot of people would love to see that as a fan of this era. I've been watching hockey since the early 90s. And I'm old enough to have watched in the 80s. It just wasn't as prevalent to watch on American TV, just where I grew up and stuff. So it was a lot easier to get baseball or football or stuff, just the national stuff that you see in America. But from time to time, we would get 80s Calgary games and Edmonton games. So I love watching those teams play, and it's always so much fun. But I can't, I can't really put it in perspective for you guys. Like, it's like the home run record getting broken, except for like with Bonds, there was kind of this, well, we know he took steroids, and okay, a lot of guys in baseball did at the time too. It was one of those things. He never hit 40 before he was on the juice. Like, Ovi's kind of scored 50 his rookie year. He's kind of been one of those guys where it's been like he's been a goal scorer, but even he didn't think it would be broken. And people would ask me, oh, do you want to see Ovi break the goal record? And I'd be like, man, I just want to see him win another Stanley Cup. Like, that would be cool. And they have a chance. I mean, I feel like the NHL is so deep, but every team is flawed. There's teams like, look, I mean, Edmonton's banged up. They could go on a run again. But Vegas is very good. Dallas is very good, but they're missing key components to their team. Colorado looks good, but at times they still look like a 1D thing. So there's a possibility that, he could obviously win a cup here in the next year or two. I mean, I feel like they're going to be just as competitive, if not better, next year. You figure Ryan Leonard's going to be there. Are we going to get Chris Stahl? I don't think Hudson comes out this year. I think it would be a mistake. I hope he stays at BU. That being said, I also wanted to tell you guys, and we've got some people on. I really appreciate it. We have like 60 people on. Normally I go at night, but this will be the last show of the week until Friday. From me and Mike, the Degenerate Bostonian, will be in St. Louis. I've already talked to Johnny Lazarus. I'm going to try to get him on. Maybe it's just a quick hit interview. I don't know if we're going to do any live streams. It might just be some recordings that we bring back to you guys as we talk about our experience. My third year in a row going to the Frozen Four. So I'm super excited. I didn't want to spend too much time talking about this, but I did want to just get on the record here a quick few minutes about Ovi breaking the record and what it meant to me. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you guys watched the live stream on Friday. I got emotional for sure. I was getting welled up. It was definitely the case. And I was just more excited on Sunday that he did it. It's over and they can move on. They can work on doing what they have to do to win games. And Montreal's not going to be an easy first round if that's who they eventually play. The Rangers still have a chance to make it in. Obviously, the Islanders are still alive. There's a lot of stuff still that could happen. So, but I just wanted to get a few minutes out there to say, hey, yeah, it meant the world to me. It was really one of the cooler things. I don't know how to put it in perspective as far as my sports fandom. Like, I've seen just about every team I've rooted for win a championship. So it's like, okay, that's pretty awesome. I kind of growing up where I grew up, we don't have regional affiliations really. Everybody likes teams from everywhere else. And then being in the military and moving around is how I became a Washington Capitals fan, living in DC or Virginia in 2002. So it's just one of those things where it's really cool, man. The Caps were not any good when I became a fan of them. They were not good. They went to the Cup final in 98. I wasn't a fan then. I was hoping it would be a better series. You'd like to see a 6 or 7 game series, but that was a sweep. Those Red Wings teams of the 90s with no salary cap were unreal. But it was very, very cool. I love that he broke it, in the same amount of games as Gretzky. I think if anybody wants to say anything, you just look at the goals against in the era. In the 80s, it was almost 6.5 goals per game were scored. And in Ovi's era, it's just a little skosh over 5, like 5.1. So it's been one of the toughest eras to score goals, and he's done it better than anybody. And, if you look, he doesn't even look. He just shoots the puck. He knows where the puck is going to go. His shot is so deceptive and hard to read. It's like a Dizzy Dean fastball or the late great knuckleballer Tim Wakefield for the Boston Red Sox. Like, you just don't know knuckle puck time. So it's over. The great chase is over. I'm so happy. I'm so excited. now it's time to move on to college hockey. I really wish we could do shows this week, but it's just going to be impossible. We have a special dinner tonight, and then I leave tomorrow night. So it's just going to be very hard to do anything. So we'll have something Friday for you, hopefully live. I don't know when it will be. Mike and I have to just look and adjust. There's a lot of stuff happening at the Frozen Four that I'd like to be at and be a part of. So, but I did talk to Johnny Lazarus. He's leaving Friday, so he won't be able to stay for the championship game. So I've got to try to squeeze in just a few, maybe a 5-minute quick phone thing with him. But we're going to do something. I'm so excited to see those guys. I know the Chicklets guys will be there. It's going to be awesome. I really hope to see J-Rock, Darkness, the people that I know live in that Missouri area. Hey, Tommy T, come down from Illinois, whoever, just all the people I know from all the chats that I'm in and all the other shows. I feel like the hockey content creator community is actually a really close one. Everybody's been so cool and gracious to me, and I just really appreciate it. I appreciate your fandom. We have 111 people in here on a Monday at 10:30 where I'm just sitting here talking about Ovechkin. So I really appreciate all you guys. Thank you so much. Frank Saravelli, he's been so awesome. Like, if I have, just an unbelievable person, I'm so lucky to know Frank. And this has been a special year. I mean, regardless of what the Caps do in the playoffs, which is, I hope they go on a nice run here. And I'm super excited for the Frozen Four too. Like, every year I go in there going, man, I don't know. The first year I got there, I ended up being in the same hotel as Quinnipiac on accident. Like, guys, I had a Airbnb for 3 weeks and I couldn't get into it. So I had to rent a hotel room for the night. And I met a player on the elevator, and I said, "How you feeling?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I was like, "They're winning. This kid is so chill." And they did. And the same thing in Tampa. I was like, wow. Or that was Tampa. I apologize. The same thing last year in Mini. I was like, Denver's winning this. They're playing so well defensively, and they did. And I don't know this year. I know I see Avi there saying Penn State. I'm really excited. I have no idea. Penn State would be awesome for college hockey because of the size of the university, the size of the alumnus. My wife went to Penn State. So, like, she went to Syracuse too, but it's like they don't have a hockey team, which is, wow, they're missing out. Let's get it. It's going to be so good. I'm so excited. I'm looking forward to. I know the NHL nightly slows down once the playoffs come, but please check out Perlo is on the Ice Guys 2 times a week, giving his bets. And if you follow him on Twitter, which it's following in there, he's really doing his best to tweet out a lot of stuff. He's a really good handicapper, guys. Rico has just had a lot of personal stuff going on. But, Rico is always going to be an awesome driving force on this show, and just a great person, and brings so much to the table. And then, of course, we brought Mike, the degenerate Bostonian, in, who just knows the college hockey. So I really appreciate all the support and love that I've gotten from this community. Obviously, Hot Take Hockey, who hosted us on his channel for a month. John, I know he couldn't stream or do anything for this because he's busting his butt in the world of broadcasting too. He's going places. We'll see him some year on Sportsnet and be like, I knew that guy when he was famous. So, but I appreciate all of you, and like 132 just to be in here 15 minutes. I wanted to do a quick shout and just say, hey, I love you guys. I appreciate you. It was just a really profound moment to witness Ovi breaking the record. And it's really the most significant record in hockey to be broken by someone other than a Canadian, which is, I think, a really big, kind of a big thing. I know there's a lot of political discourse with Russia, but take all that away. This is just a hockey player playing hockey that's from another country that grew up, not even playing until I think he was like 10. So his mother was a 2-time gold medalist and his father was a professional athlete. He comes from good stock. And when you see players in the NHL or the NFL or Major League Baseball and they're athletes from family, from athletes and stuff like that, it's sometimes not a surprise to see those guys be successful. So anyway, I just wanted to give one last shout out to everybody that came in Friday and just give my thoughts about Ovechkin. I really didn't plan anything. I just wanted to do it off the cuff, just how I was feeling. I didn't think I'd get 143 people in the middle of the day, but just a quick hit to say, yeah, I'll bring in some video highlight stuff. Well, there's so much good stuff on YouTube though, from everybody that's done tributes and stuff. I just felt like from the heart, from, the fans of this show and the people that talk to me, that I would just say how I felt about it. And just, the one final thing I wanted to say before I say goodbye and see you guys hopefully Friday for the College Hockey Show live from the Frozen Four is just how unbelievable Wayne Gretzky is as an ambassador to hockey. I know there's a lot of discourse about him in Canada, but I think when it comes to the game of hockey, I don't think there's been a better guy to sell it. And he did what Gordie Howe did for him. And I just thought he handles it with such, grace, class, and dignity. And there's always somebody's always going to say something like, I'm talking about between the benches, on the ice, what happens. Wayne Gretzky was the greatest to do it. I'll die saying he was the greatest to do it all time. And now, he's there to give Alex Ovechkin his props for passing him on the goal record. Now, I hope Ovi gets 900 this year. That would be awesome. Then maybe next year he has a 50-goal season. We'll see. But it's super inspiring, and I love that the game is growing. I hope it's not pricing a lot of the fans out. That's one of the things that scares me about it, because I know it's one of those fringe ones. It's always been kind of affordable for the blue-collar folks. So we needed to keep it that way. So keep going, keep watching, keep listening. And I really appreciate everybody. Let's see this game grow, this great game grow in the world, in North America, in all over. And I just, it was a very special weekend. And I don't even know if I'll ever be able to put it truly in perspective, how I feel. I appreciate everybody. I know I haven't really been paying to the chat, but I really didn't want to do that. I just wanted to kind of come in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, say, this is how I felt about it. It was an incredible moment. I was very fortunate to be able to watch it. There was some conversation about going, but there's a lot of other things I want to do in hockey, like go to the draft, stuff like that. I really want to be a committed member of, like, the vlogosphere media. I don't know what that entails or what this turns into, but I know as a veteran who's suffered through, some personal stuff, that this outlet has been the best for my mental health, the fans, the people I've met. This has been the greatest thing for me. It keeps me going. It makes me want to do better, get better, do better. And it's all because of you guys. And I got an audience. I have people I could talk to. 156 are listening to me right now live. It blows me away. And so I just appreciate it, man, so much. And I thank you, because it just gives me a lot of hope for the future, and where I'm going and what I'm going to do. And just as I meet the people in the hockey world, I'm not disappointed. They're just incredible people. I'm so lucky to do what I do. And I don't make any money doing it, so it doesn't matter to me. I'm going to keep doing it. Maybe I do someday, but I don't care. It's appropriate. And again, I appreciate everybody. Why don't you leave a comment, leave a like, subscribe, what you think about Ovi breaking the record, what it means to you. If it doesn't, they talk about Mount Rushmores. There's a Mount Rushmore of goal scorers. Ovi's on it. He's number one. He's the number one. You got him. You got Gretz. You got Gordie Howe. You got Bobby Hull. You got Maurice Rocket Richard. You got Jaromir Jagr. You throw all those guys up there. But Ovi's there, and he's the top of it. He doesn't have to be the greatest player of all time. There's only one of those, and that's the great one. I love it. I appreciate it. You guys hang in there. Be safe. Have a great week. Sorry we're not going to do NHL stuff this week. Next week, I'll be in Vegas, but I will try to do episodes from there. We'll see how that goes. It's going to be difficult, but I'll be back the second half of the week in Alaska, and we'll definitely go through the weekend and talk about what's going on, because the playoffs are starting soon. So join us. See you later. Have a good one. Appreciate you.